All right, y'all. Amaya, I'm Mr. Bradford. In case you did not know, um, Mackenzie already knows me. So happy to see y'all. Um, my internet at home has been acting really, really funky. So if I go out, like if my internet goes out and my screen freezes or something like that, that's probably what has happened. So you just keep going, and we'll manage the best we can. All right. So this is the ACT math lesson, virtual lesson. It says video, but virtual lesson. Make sure you have these things. You need 2 pieces of paper, one for an answer sheet, one for a scratch paper, a pencil, a calculator, your brain, of course, bring some grit, and can everybody download the file with the math section on it?
I think so.
Where is the file at?
It's under the chat.
Okay.
Let me know when you get it, Mackenzie.
Okay. I don't see anything in the chat right now.
Me either.
Okay, let me resend it then.
All right. I found the download on my computer.
Okay, all right. See if it's there now.
For me, it's not showing up. I don't know. Maybe it's my.
It's still not showing.
I don't see it either.
Do y'all see like the chat should like kind of start blinking at the bottom? Do you guys see that?
No, it's not popping up at all.
Oh, weird. Let me see if I can send it maybe.
Okay.
Because I don't know if maybe because like I'm the account. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if I can get it.
All right. Okay, so just real quick, if y'all don't know each other, do a roll call. Just give me your name and what school you are at and your grade level. And then tell me what you have been doing to kind of stay sane or just connect with people during the quarantine. Amaya, you want to start since I see your face?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Amaya. I go to New Century. I'm a junior, and I take care of my dog. Basically, that's like how I interact with at least like another being to stay sane.
Gotcha. Yes, we could use a dog right now to play with two little needy or attentive girls, I should say. Okay, Mackenzie.
Hey, my name is Mackenzie. I attend Jemison High School, and I'm a junior as well. To stay sane, and to stay healthy, I have been trying to work out because getting caught up in quarantine, you end up eating a lot and not moving around at all. So I've been trying to work out and FaceTiming my friends or just get on the phone with them. And I've just been using my time to do all the stuff I didn't prioritize before.
I got you. So Amaya, again, I'm Mr. Bradford. I work at Jemison High School. I actually teach Mackenzie, and um, I have been trying to stay sane by cleaning up the house and trying not to kill anybody in the house. And watching Netflix, like Ozark and Giving Me Life right now. And
I'm watching Ozark too. I'm on season 2.
I just finished season 2, so
Nice.
it's pretty awesome. And if you are a sci-fi kind of dark, what do they call it, Black Mirror kind of a person, there is a series on Amazon Prime called Tales from the Loop. I really enjoyed it, so it's a good watch if you like the sci-fi kind of stuff. All right, thank y'all for sharing. Miss Heller, I'm pretty sure you added this because I did not add it when I did this, but
I did.
you did. All right, so the college of the day is Tuskegee University. It's about 3.5 hours away. We have several alumni that go there, and your average GPA is a 3.0, and the minimum ACT is an 18. It is small, it is rural, but you will have tons of fun. It's one of the only 2 schools in Alabama with the vet school and has tons and tons of history.
On this episode of
All right. HBCU, if you don't know, is a historically Black college or university. And that's any school whose principal purpose was and is to educate Black Americans. It's founded by Booker T. Washington and some others to educate Black people, not too long after slavery. All right. Non-HBCUs are, we call them PWIs, primarily white institutions. Okay. Announcements. If you need a practice ACT test to use, let Miss Heller know, and she will take care of that for you. Also, if you attend all 8 virtual Operation 36 ACT prep classes, and you take the post test, you will get a free ACT waiver. If you don't know, those are a bit expensive. So stay on the grind, you'll get rewarded. Okay. All right, here are my goals for today. I was not sure where everyone was as far as their math portion of the test. So these are my goals. I want you to determine how many of the first 30 questions you can get correct. The second thing is at least try to get 25 of the first 30 questions correct. And then to pace yourself to answer all the questions on the math section. We may not get to all the questions today, especially since we started late, but we'll try to get through at least the first 30 and maybe to 45. Okay. All right. So an overview. This is the second test that you'll have. Just finished the English test, so you're gonna have to turn your English brain off and your math brain on. It's 60 minutes, a whole hour, and it's 60 questions. So yep, about a minute per question. First 30, 35 questions, they're the earliest content, not necessarily the easiest content, but the earliest content, like pre-algebra, algebra 1. There's some geometry, and the last 15 or 25 questions or so have the later content, like your analytic geometry, algebra 2, trig, all of those things. So they're not necessarily the hardest, but they do cover the latest content. Okay? So try to make your best effort. Your most points will come from the first 30 to 35 questions. All right? So do your best to get those, as many of those correct as possible. All right, so we'll go not passage by passage, but we'll do sections. We'll do 15 questions for each problem set. As you go, you can't put a small dot, but just, well, I guess by the answer, you'll put a small dot and You'll say, hey, this is one I wasn't sure about, and then we'll go back and look at some of those. These are some strategies to remember. Skip over the problems. This is the number one thing that I preach. Skip over the problems that you cannot solve in a minute or less. All right? You can't do it in a minute or less. Skip over it and come back. Use your calculator only to check your work. Okay? Calculators will slow you down. You can use it to check your work, or if you need to calculate something quickly, you can do that, but don't use it as a crutch. Try to plug in the answer choices if you're not sure, or if you want to check an answer. That's a good strategy to use. Mackenzie knows I preach that a lot. Not sure what to do? Try plugging in something. Oh, sorry. When you have to guess, pick the same answer. Just choose your favorite answer. If you're gonna pick A, choose A for the entire test, or at least for the entire math section. Let A be your answer. Okay. And the last thing is try not to rush on the easy or medium difficulty problems. Try not to rush. That's where mistakes happen. Try to take your time. The more you practice this, the more calm you'll be. So try not to rush, even though you feel like you got a minute or less. Okay, so you guys have the document, correct?
Right.
All right. Are there any questions before we start, though?
Could you just make sure you give us that 1 minute warning, please?
Yes, I can give you the 1 minute warning. Y'all have calculators? You can use your phone for a calculator right now. That's fine. I recommend you have 2 sheets of paper. One for your answer key. One for your answer document. And I will go ahead and start doing 1 through 15 right now, so that you can just write A, B, C, or D. So go ahead and write those down so you don't have to waste time doing that. And then that second sheet of paper is going to be your scratch paper, so that you can work out problems that you need. And at the end of the first 2 sections, at least, or the first 2 problem sets that we do, we'll see how many you got right, and we'll go from there. Okay? Everybody good?
Yes.
All right. You have 12 minutes on the clock. Yes, you should have a minute for each question, but the first 15 are pretty much designed to be able to be done in less than a minute. So I cut some of the time down. We'll get those minutes back at the end of the test. Okay? All right. Any questions? If not, all right, ready, set. Oh, let me set one on my computer too. On my phone. All right, ready, set, go. All right, that is time. Uh-oh. All right. How did that feel, everybody? All right. Let's see if I can get this back up. All right. Just make sure you got all of the answers down that you wanted to get. And make sure you have a dot or a circle or something by the ones that you were not sure about. Okay. Take about 30 seconds to do that. Right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. All right. Let's take a look at the answers. All right. Can y'all see that? It's a little fuzzy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Check your answers. All right. Y'all got them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody get all 15 right? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. Did anybody just miss 1 or 2? Just miss 1 or 2? Say yep.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. Amaya, how many did you get correct on?
10.
10 out of 15. Okay, cool. All right. So, do y'all have something that you want to look at?
For me, it was for sure 14, but I was a little fuzzy for number 10.
All right. So for sure 14. All right. And I'm gonna try to switch screens here. You said number 14. That one definitely was 14 one that you needed to look at, Amaya?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. I think I just forgot. 'Cause I remember going over this, I think.
All right. So I'm gonna try to pull this up. I want to stop the screen sharing. Oh, share. There we go. All right. Do y'all see 14s up there on my screen? All right. So the 8-sided figure is being divided into 5 congruent squares. The total area of the 5 squares, 125 square inches. What is the perimeter in inches of the square of the figure? All right. So I know the total area of all 5 squares is 125. So what is the area of 1 square?
Five?
Say again?
Would it be like 5?
The area of 1 square.
Oh, 25.
Is 25. Yeah. So that's the area. And I'm writing with a pen that I do not like. So the area of 1 square is 25 inches. Well, what must be the sides of that square then? Or the
5
length?
by 5.
Yep, it's a 5 by 5 square. that anyway. All right, so that means all of these are 5. Five on the inside, here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. Add up all of those 5s, and you should get the perimeter. 9, 10. Did I get 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. So I got 12 sides. So 12 times 5.
60.
Yeah, 60. Okay. Was that answer G?
Yes.
All right.
I know what I did wrong. I accidentally missed 1 square. I did 5 times 11.
That's what I did too.
I missed
Probably
1.
one of these squares right here in the middle. That's what would have got me. Okay. All right. We're good there. I put some money on somebody not getting this one because it looks interesting, but it's not quite that hard. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as you think, at least. All right.
It's funny because I guessed and got this one right. I just estimated where it was at, but I don't even understand.
That works. They'll tell you that this thing is not to scale, but you can assume that it is to scale. So just off of that, you know which answers that you can eliminate. I can take out F and I can take out G because F is too small. F is an acute angle, 50. This is definitely obtuse. So that's done. 100 would almost be perpendicular. So that's a little bit farther than 100 degrees. And I'm going to keep 105, but you could probably take that off too. All right. Amaya, did you get this one?
No.
Okay. All right. So what are these lines right here? They help us. Those are the key. These are the key to the problem. Because what type of triangle is this triangle? What type of triangle is that? Since I know these two sides are congruent, that's what that means. These two are congruent.
Isosceles?
It is isosceles. So if those two are isosceles and this angle is 25 degrees, then what is this angle?
25 degrees.
25 degrees. Well, if I know this angle and I know that angle, I can find the third angle. So I got 50 minus 180. So that angle's 130. Make sense? And if that's 130 degrees, then this angle, 130 plus something has to equal 180. So I would say that that's 50 degrees. Okay, still not done. Well, now I'm going to look at this. Again, I have the isosceles triangle situation happening again. So I know that this is 50 degrees, since that one's 50 degrees. And I need to know what angle will make this a straight line. So that would be 130 degrees. So you had to know your rules for isosceles triangles, and all three angles, if you add them together, will equal 180 degrees. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. gonna let Daniela get in here. All right. Any other questions?
13.
13. All right, let's take a look. Daniela, can you hear us? All right. Everybody see 13? All right. While doing a problem on his calculator, Tom meant to divide a number by 2, but instead he accidentally multiplied the number by 2. Which of the following calculations could Tom then do to the result on the calculator screen to obtain the result he originally wanted?
She could like plug into for that number and see if it.
So Mackenzie, you're saying just choose a number and then do what it told you to do. So let's take a number like 6. All right. I meant to divide the number by 2, which would have given me 3. But let's do that again. But what I actually did, what he actually did was multiply the number by 2, which gave him 12. Now, what would he have to do to get the result that he actually wanted, which is 3?
Divide by 4.
Divided by 4. Yeah, that one sounds confusing, but it's not that bad.
Okay.
All right. Give me 1 second. Okay, any others? We'll do one more.
8.
Number 8. All right. So number 8 is actually really simple. So whenever you see a probability problem like this, or it's actually a combination problem, and it gives you a bunch of different types of whatever, and it says, hey, how many possible choices or how many types of things can you actually make? Just multiply everything all together. So you got 3 times 5 times 3, and I think that's it. Yeah. So 3 times 5 times 3, which is 15 times 3, which is 45. Each type of sandwich had a combination of exactly 3 ingredients. And 3 kinds of cheese. Okay, yeah. So am I right? Was that answer 45?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah, on those, you don't even try not to waste too much time. However many things in each category, multiply them together and go.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go to our second section. Let's see if I can get there. Here we go. All right, so practice at 2. We're still in the easy to medium difficulty. All right. This time you're gonna have 14 minutes. So just 1 minute less of the average. And I'll give you your 1 minute, warning. I'm setting my timer on my phone. Okay. Okay, y'all ready? Ready, set, go.
Did we start?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Do y'all see the big timer up there with 10 minutes left?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Let's share that screen. Let's see if we can get to. There we go. All right, you said 22. All right. I can do this. Here.
Okay, so how is it
All right.
300 and not 345?
How is it not 345?
Yeah, because that's what I got. I
right.
probably did it wrong or something.
Okay. Yeah, it's a sort of a common, well, they put a distractor there for you. Come on, computer. All right, so doesn't want to move. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. All right, so first thing I need is 115% of a number. The most important part about this is the setup. So, can everybody see my screen? I just want to make sure before I start doing this.
Yes.
Okay, and it's on the ACT. It's on problem 22. I hope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 115% of a number, which is just X, is equals 460. Okay. If you started it like that, you'll probably be okay. So I need to know what that number is. That is X. All right. So I'm going to change that to a decimal, 1.15. X equals 460. And then I'll divide that. Once I do that, I get 400. Anybody else
I
get
don't
that?
think it's showing on the screen.
It's not showing anything on the screen?
Yeah, it's just has the problem up there for me.
Okay, so it's not.
Same.
Okay, so let me see if I can correct that. Oh, okay, I understand why. Okay, is it there now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. I'm still learning this Zoom stuff. All right. Okay, so can you guys see that should not be a 4? I don't know why that looks like a 4. All right, do y'all see what I did there? And does it make sense? Okay. All right. Was that Amaya or Daniela that asked that question? Asked this question.
It was me.
Okay. Does the setup make sense to you?
Wait, so is the wait, I'm confused. So is the answer K 400?
No. I just
Oh.
found out what the missing number was. All right. So X is just the missing number that I was looking for. Well, now I need to know what 75% of the number that I just found, which is 400. So now I need to do 400%, not 400, 75% of 400. And that will equal 300.
So you divide 400 from 0.75.
Yes, I multiply 400 times 0.75.
You multiply.
Yes.
Because that's 75% of the number.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I probably should have said 0.75 is the same as 75%, written as a decimal.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right. All right. Any others?
Okay, for me, it was I don't know how, but it was the very first one. So 16.
16.
I think it was my calculator because for some reason I kept getting, I think it was 4 times 10 to the 24. And that wasn't even an answer. So,
Oh, 24. Okay. This is what I would do. I would take all of this and do it in sections, almost. Okay. So I got a certain computer. It performs 1.5 times 10 to the 8 calculations per second. And then how many seconds would it take to perform 6.0?
oh my gosh.
Yes, to 16 calculations. So I basically have a division problem.
Mm-hmm.
I would say 6 divided by 1.5. That's the first part. And then I do this other stuff, exponential stuff over here. Okay. Uh-oh, I did that backwards.
I don't know if this was the correct way to do it, but when I looked at the problem, I knew that from the beginning that you were going to have to divide. And when you divide, you subtract the exponents.
Exactly.
So the only one there with 16 minus 8 is 8. And that the only option is J. So I just
That
went with
makes
that,
sense.
get past it.
I guess I
That
was
is-
just like depending on my calculator too much. I wasn't even
Yes,
looking at
exactly.
it even.
That's what that was going to be my little tip right there. So I'm glad you already caught it. When you have to divide and your exponents, you have your exponents, subtract your exponents, and you're good to go. And the only one with a 10 to the 8th for your exponent is J. But you can also, 6 divided by 1.5 is 4.0.
Wait, so that's all you had to do?
That's all you had to do.
Really?
That is
Dang,
it.
I've been thinking too hard. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. And as you can see, H was the distractor. They wanted you to divide the exponents too. So they wanted you to say 16 divided by 8. And that'll be 2 also, but don't make that mistake. Subtract the exponents. Okay, that's it. All right,
Could you go over 25?
25. Yes, ma'am. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I'm going to be honest. Me explaining this might not make much sense. So I'm kind of afraid to do it. It's cumbersome. Like I would literally wait to do this. I would wait to do this last. So with that being said, would y'all mind if we did that? I don't know. What time is it? This clock. We can go for another 15 minutes or so and just answer questions. but I would like to do this one last if I can.
Okay.
All right, because it's cumbersome.
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I won't forget that one though. Okay. Any others?
Let me see.
18, I think, or either 18 or 20.
18.
Was it 20? I don't think there was 20. Wait, where's? Oh, never mind.
Which one?
20.
20.
No,
No.
that one is not. That one. That one's common sense, right?
Which one?
Yeah, it's like, can I explain the 21, Mr. Radford?
Please.
Okay, so like, I don't know if your teacher ever went over it, but Mr. Bradford, it's always, I think, 3 or 4 triangles that are gonna have like 3 set numbers or 3 set, would it be angle measurements? I guess it would be.
Side measurement, side length.
Side lengths. So one of those measurements is a 5, 12, 13 triangle. So if it gives you 12 and 13, automatically it's going to be a 5, 12, 13 triangle. Another one is like a 3, 4, 5 triangle. What other triangles are there, Mr. Bradford? I think those are the 2 main ones.
Yeah, the 2 main ones are 3, 4, 5 and 5, 12, 13. There's like a 7, 24, 25 triangle. They're all just Pythagorean triples. So you can, even if you don't know that, you can use the Pythagorean theorem and find out that missing side. But if you have those 3, 4, 5 and 5, 12, 13 memorized, you don't have to do any work. So you see the 12 and 13, you automatically know that it's 5. But if you don't know it, use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared is c squared. Put in your square. You don't know what that is. And do 13 squared. That'll give you 144. And that's 169. Subtract both sides. That should give you. Is that right? Oh yeah. They give you 25. Take the square root. So again, if you remember your triangles, 3, 4, 5, 5, 12, 13, there are a couple of others, but you don't see them as frequently, then that makes that problem a literal 15-second problem, if that. Okay. Thank you, Mackenzie, for the assist.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Any others? You said
I'm trying to see.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was
25.
25. Oh yeah, 25. That was really the last one for me. I don't know about anybody else, but 25 was definitely the last one for me.
Okay. I did not like 25 either.
Yeah, I just skipped it because why?
Yeah. Anybody else have one besides 25?
27.
27.
26. If nobody have touched that one. Wait, there's no 26. I'm slow. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, 26 and
26.
27. 26 is probably a little easier. Let's do 26 and then we'll do 27. All right.
Oh, I've seen a problem like that before.
So you've seen a problem like this before?
Yeah, when I was thinking like the actual ACT, but like I don't know what I answered.
Yeah, they like to put these on here where it's a linear equation and you just have to identify the slope, but they put it in a form that you got to manipulate a little bit. So to quickly see the slope, we're going to put it in slope intercept. everybody familiar with that form?
Yes, y equals mx plus b squared.
Yeah. Everybody you familiar with that?
Mhm.
All right. If so, then we are going to take this equation and put it in that form. So the first thing I would do is I'm going to take my 14x over to the other side. I'll have 6y equals 14x plus 5. Okay. Then I would divide by 6. Now reduce that to 7, 3, and I don't care about the rest. All right. And now you can easily see the slope, which is 7 over 3. Slope is that. Okay.
Yep.
Good. All right. If so, we'll go to the next one, 27.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Let m and n be two positive integers. All right. Such that m must be less than n. And which of the two following inequalities must be true? So m must be less than n. So I would just pick two numbers out of the blue. Let's say 2, call m. We'll say m is 2. We'll say n is 4. Why not? Okay, we didn't care. So which must be true? Will the first one be true? Oh, I actually want to use something. Let's use something that is easily, that I can easily take care of. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 5 will work. Because I know what the square root of 9 is. All right. So the square root of 2 times 5, if I try this first one, that's the square root of 10, is the square root of 10 between 0 and 2.
No.
All right, so that's gone. All right. It's the square root of, is it between 1 and 2? Nope. By the way, the square root of 10 is close to 3. It's 3 point something.
3.2.
3.2. All right. That's what the square root of 10 is. So I know the first one and the first and A and B won't work. All right. So what about C? Does that fit? If M is 2 and N is 5, that might work.
Yeah.
Because 3.2 falls in between. So we got 1. Let's see if any others work. The square root of M, which is something around 1 point something. And then square root of N, that'll be a little more than 2. 3.2 is not in between there, so that's not working. And after that one, I would assume that this is not going to work either. I wouldn't even do the work because I know I have an answer with C. But you could test it if you wanted to. Tell me if that was confusing or not. It felt like it was confusing when I was doing it, but if you're okay, let me know.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Were there any others? Okay.
Could you hold on? The one with the target, I think that's 29. Could you go over that really quick before you go over the last one?
Sure. All right. Thomas and Janelle playing darts. The radius of the outside circle is 10 inches. So they're saying that this outside circle has a radius of 10. And each of the other circles has a radius 2 inches smaller than the next larger circle. So all of the circles have the same diameter, same center. Thomas has only one dart left to throw and needs at least 30 points to win the game. All right, so this dart has to be somewhere right here. Has to be in that section. All right, assuming that his last dart hits at a random point with a single region on the board, what is the percent chance that Thomas will win the game? All right, so I know that this whole diameter is 10. Not diameter, sorry, radius. This radius is 10. What's the radius to that 30, the 30-point area, 30-point circle?
Is it 4 or 6?
It should be 6.
Yeah.
I can't see the. It's confusing.
Yeah, sorry. So this radius here to here should be 6. Okay. So you have two different sections. You have 2 sections. Got this big area. Well, let's do this area first. The small area, the area of a circle is pi r squared. Okay. And we can find that area because we have the radius, 6 squared. So that's 30. 36 pi, if my pen will cooperate. All right. So all of this section here is 36 pi. That's the area, the space inside that place. Okay. So now if I do the outside, all of this part, let's find that area, which is 10 squared. That should be 100 squared pi. Okay. What is the percent of this smaller area, this area, of the entire area? Should be 36 over 100. 36. So that should be 36%. Was that answer A? I should be.
It was.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Did that make a little more sense that time? Okay, cool. All right. So let's try any others before we go to 25.
No.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to make any promises that you will understand how to do this after I do this. So sorry. It just felt complicated, and I have not figured out a way to make it simpler. I hate this stuff. All right. Okay. So you have a rectangular area. Okay. These are in feet. These are in feet. All right. I'm going to put them in inches. So to convert that to inches, I'm going to do 8 times 12, which is 96. And then this is 10 times 12, this is inches. And 10 times 12, which is 120 inches. And then I'm going to calculate that area. Which is 120 times 96. Maybe I should have just put that in. Oh, well. So I have 11,000 inches. That's the area. Y'all follow me so far?
Yes, sir.
All right. So then I have these rectangular paving blocks that are 4 inches by 8 inches. So these are 4 by 8. And it says by 2. And I'm assuming that's like the width or the height of the block. I'm not going to include that. Okay. So these are in inches. So that means that the area is 32 inches. All right. So I need to know how many of these little blocks with a 32-inch area, square inch area, will fit into this big section. So I'm going to divide that 11,520 divided by 32, and I got 360.
Oh my God. The only reason why I got this problem wrong was because I forgot to convert it to inches. It wasn't even that hard. I just did not. Oh my gosh.
It's the I'm sorry, I messed that up. The conversion is what keeps it confusing. And that's the reason I still don't feel like I explained it as well. But what was I supposed to do? 32? And they gave me 360. Okay. That was my interpretation of that problem. Was B correct? I thought it was, but I can't remember.
It was.
Okay. Did that make sense for everybody? Or at least halfway make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good. The conversions are what get you on that one. So if you didn't get it, I would not be upset with yourself, but it's a lot of conversions. Okay. So for the goals that I wanted you guys to set, how many, or do you guys have a number of how many you got correct out of 30? If you have that number, just keep it for yourself, because next time we do practice test, we're going to do that again, and hopefully that number increases to where you get all of them right, or at least up 5 or 10 or whatever. Okay, so we are actually over the time, but thank y'all for sticking in there. I'm gonna put my screen back on. Stop. All right. So yeah, we are over our time. But again, thank you guys. If you do have any questions, still you can contact me through the chat. I'm pretty much available all day, on most days. Just let me know. If y'all have questions, please, please, please reach out. We're here, especially if you guys are doing the work. We try to make ourselves available, especially me. So, any other questions? Any final thoughts? Anything? All right. If not, thank you all. Y'all have a good night. I will see y'all next time. All right.
You too.
All right.
You too.
Be safe.
Be safe and clean.
Wash your hands.
Yes, yes. All right. Bye, y'all.